This is one of 3 boots that we got nailed in. This is the 8085 from Red Wing in copper. What we're going to do is swap out factory soles, and then he wants to customize it to the doctor sole, the leather sole, and the cream half sole and heels. We're going to be doing a cream stitch on the top, and we're going to do red thread on the bottom. That's going to be real cool. So let's get these things going. Remove the heel seat. Then we're gonna take off the heels. So if you've seen me do other videos before, you know that I like to use these ring pliers when I remove heels a lot of times, because there's less pressure put on the heels. You don't have to worry about bending anything in the back. So it's just a preference of mine. It's not like it's a big deal either way. It's quite easy to reshape it in the back, but most of the time, except for today, it seems like Murphy's Law, huh? He's just pretty much pop right on out. There we go. First nails just wanted to stay in and not come on out. There we go. Just like that. Got the 2 that didn't want to budge. Right. Sometimes you can just run your knife between the welt and the sole. You can just get all the way through and cut all the stitches, and it's not a big deal. Other times, it's good to kind of give a little bit of separation there. Do it. All right. So remove these nails, take out the cork, put in new cork, and then we'll start the process of putting the leather sole and the doctor sole. Okay, we got the cork filled, new cork. We got our leather sole that we're going to put on there. already flexed and got the leather nice and soft to be able to put the leather on. By doing this, you're just kind of pressing the welt to the sole. Joining everything together so you get a nice bond. We got this bad boy on. Now we're gonna trim and then add the half sole and heels. Well, before we do the heels, we'll do the stitching and stuff like that. And like I said, he wanted cream on the top and then red on the bottom, which I think is gonna look really cool. All right, so let's sand this down, trim it, and then prep it for the half sole. Alright, so part 2. We have the 8086 in the charcoal, and we're going to replace the factory soles with another Dr. sole in the black half sole and heels, along with the leather sole and leather stack. I believe, let's see here, what we're going to do with thread. Cream thread on the top. Oh yeah, this is 886, sorry. Yep, cream top on the thread, and then blue on the bottom. So that's gonna look cool. So we have blue that's going through here, and then in the other pair we had red. So this is gonna be fun. So let's get this one apart. Already got the heel seat out. This one was not much easier. Don't have any stubborn nails. Just like that. All right. Just like that. Sweet. Alright, so we're going to replace this cork. Take out the nails, put the leather sole just like the other one, and then go from there. Alright. Alright, part 3 here. We have the 8111s in the amber color. Going to remove the factory soles on these, and then we're going to put the 100 honey and a leather midsole and a leather heel stack on here, and also brass nails. So this should be another fun project. So we got the 3 pair, and yeah. So let's get this one started. Easier. Well, 1 pair out of 3. I guess isn't so bad with the heels coming off really easy. Yeah. And even though it's really hard to get off, I mean, not terribly hard, but you know, not as easy as the charcoal pair. It is, geez, better that I use the pliers here than like really like yanking on the heel and like really like flexing the heel and having to like reshape it. But like I said, it's not a huge deal to do that. But man. Do I use extra long nails to really punch these or what? These nails just don't want to come out. That one's alright. Man. Okay. So sometimes with these rubber soles, they really tend to like stick, as you can see. So that's why I like to use the heel pry to kind of separate that a little bit before using my knife to break the stitches. That way you don't accidentally cut the welt. If you do that, then you got to replace the welt, and it just adds more time to everything. This way. That was a workout. Sole is off. Alright, so same process. Place the cork, the leather midsole on, and then we'll stitch that on, and then we'll start doing the 100s on there. So, on to the next one. So there's a few different ways of removing the stitches. There is a stitch picker that's used on the finisher that you can do, but you just have to be careful with that sometimes, because the wheel can kind of rub up against the leather, and then it can leave a mark. Not necessarily a bad mark or anything like that, but it's friction going up against the leather. And with these types of uppers, they're oil based, and so when you run that friction along the side there, you can easily scuff and mark the leather, because these leathers are meant to age and patina and mark up and stuff like that, but there's not really a reason to do that prematurely. So you just take the time to pick the stitches this way, and as you can see, I'm picking out. If I were to pick in, I could put stretch marks all the way along. So this way goes out. Obviously this doesn't pull them all the way out, or at least not all of them that way. Then you can just use some needle nose or whatnot to just kind of go through and grab them all, and then then they're all out. So there you go. adding our nails here. All right, got our nails set in there. Now we're just gonna trim up the heels and then do the finishing on the edges, and should be all set. Everything's looking like really good. All right, so we got another project done. We got 3 pair of Iron Rangers here. The first pair here is the 8085. We got the Dr. Sole half sole leather heel stacked and leather midsole, leather sole. We got red stitching with the cream stitching on top. Turned out really nice. I love the side profile on these. And then we got the 8086 in the charcoal. These are super nice. With the blue thread on the bottom, cream on top. We wanted a darker edging on this pair. Same type thing. And then on the last one, you just wanted a leather sole or leather midsole, leather heel stack with the 100 and the honey color with brass screws. And then the cream stitch on the top. And this is the 8011, or sorry, yeah, 8111. Yeah, these were a lot of fun to do. So if anyone wants to have this done to their boots, you know, have any sort of customization, you know, we remove the factory soles on these. You know, send them on over. EBR Leathercraft in Brighton, Michigan. All right, love it.